9176313, also known as Donnell. This is my proposal for my final major project. As you can see, it says my very first plan. So what I did was I planned out what I wanted to do. I decided I wanted to make an interface for life in space that is based on the theme in space, represented to kids from 8 to 13 years old. My research is based on space. There's a specific topic called SpaceX, Elon Musk, the NASA investigating the universe, and things along the lines that, etc., etc. My target audience is 8 to 13 years old, as I've said. The work I will be doing is original work, so all done by me. No work will be done from copying off the internet. It will all done by my hand. Miss May, scroll down, please. Yes, in this project, as you can see, this is my plan. So I'm just going to give you a little brief about my plan. So what I originally did, I made notes. So as you can see here, I said I wanted to create a design for my FME, aka Final Major Project in Space. I was going to use a green screen to create a space background. So like maybe like a little montage of maybe like a spaceship flying through space, and then like maybe like some asteroids, like, and the spaceship is like coming through it. The project is going to be including four different individuals. So I worked in it as a group. So obviously my project is group based, but we've all done separate things, but we all worked as a group. So for my part of the group, I worked on my user interface. For like designing the spaceship, so like when you go into the spaceship, like the HUD and the loading screen like shows up and everything. Miss May, scroll down, please. Yes, this is some of my diagrams of what I wanted to do. It shows this is a space shuttle flying through asteroids. The space shuttle is increasing in velocity. Lands on a planet. This is the humans that come out of this bit. Then the other diagram here, the spaceship is orbiting away. There's a satellite. There's another spaceship. This is the moon, and then this is a complete different planet. Can you scroll down, please, miss? Yeah, this is just like a rough little brainstorm of like what I thought life in space meant to me. Like, as it says, could be heroes and villains, Star Wars. A strange entity in space, like all the things that like go along like with space, like zero gravity and things like that. May go down, please, miss. This is my current plan timetable. It's not completely finished yet. I need to make some improvements to it and add other things to it, but this is the dates from what I've been working on. So I started my brief, research, what I used to research, and then creating my After Effects UI and so forth. So I haven't really finished that yet, but I'm going to make more improvements to it. This is a video I used on YouTube, which is very helpful. I suggest you guys use this if you need help. Very useful that helped me to create my UI. But obviously, I didn't really know how to create UI, so I watched the YouTube tutorial. The guy in the video, like, he talked in depth with what he was talking about. Like, he was very clear. Like, you can tell, like, he knows what he's talking about. There's a lot of clarity in his voice, so it was very good. Scroll down, please, miss. So these are the screenshots of the video. Yes, and the HUD graphics, After Effects tutorial. You guys see that? That's what I used.
Hey, what is going on the internet? Josh Noel from Sundup Film. So we're creating a HUD element, and this is what we'll be creating. And I was going to do a quick tutorial on this, but I figured that there's a few elements in here that probably need a little bit of attention. So that's what I'm going to kind of do with this off script. So let's go ahead and get started with this tutorial. I think it's really cool and it should be fairly quick. So here we are in a new composition. And I am going to basically try to draw a circle through the center here, and we're going to shift and command on it.
That's using the circle tool in After Effects, which is at the top left corner.
Draw a 100 circle, kind of like this. I know it's a little weird, but what what we're gonna do is we're going to our contents here, and we're going to delete the fill, and we're going to the stroke, and we'll set this to like a blue color.
The choice of your
And then
dying
go ahead and
color.
increase the stroke width, you might have to increase it, but, kind of like a very thin sort of stroke like that, maybe 7. Alright, so then I'm going to go to the Align tab over here, and I'm going to just center this stuff up, and then I'm going to go ahead and double click the Pan Behind tool, which will definitely center our anchor point. And now that we have this outline here, what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate it, and then we're going to hit S on the keyboard for scale, and we're going to decrease the scale by a little bit like that. And then
Yes, let's pause that, please.
Okay.
So that's just a little in-depth look of it. So if you scroll down,
Yeah.
this is my actual design. So I've used the video to help me. It's not exactly the same. I'll put my own little twist to it. Obviously, I added the blue background, the welcome aboard text that I'm meant to be animating. So have like a little glitch effect so that when it loads up. This is the actual interface HUD. So it's made up of, as you can see, these are all actually one shape that I've duplicated. And then I've added different effects to it. So this here would have the moving effect, and then obviously the keybind, the keyframe where it would start, and then obviously I would increase the keyframe to the rate of speed of how it moves. And say for example, I started at like 1 second, I would want it to move slowly. When it gets to like maybe 5 seconds, it speeds up and spins around a little faster. I've added a glow effect, fractal noise effect. I've highlighted each effect in different colors. So red is for the circles, and then yellow is for the actual effects like the fractal noise, the glow, and everything else. If you scroll down, please, miss. I've worked in many different comps. These are all separate compositions that I've all combined into one master comp. As you can see, this is just an example of what I've done to the effects and the presets. This is where I first started. This is when it was in 2D. Obviously, if we go back up, it shows that it's in 3D. So you see, this is 3D. Can you scroll down, please, miss? This is 2D. See how it's just facing flat, and then on the top one, it's facing upwards, and you can see everything. So yeah, scroll down, please. My SWOT analysis on my strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I'm not a person that likes to really brag about my strengths, because I always think there's a bit of room for improvement. But I really do think my research and my creativity is one of my core strengths, because I'm able to use a lot of dynamic skills. Like, I don't just have passive skills, I can use skills in everything. So like Photoshop, After Effects, Anime, Illustrator, things like that. One of my threats is, sometimes I overcomplicate things, and like something could just be simple, but I overthink it, and then that can be time consuming. My weakness in the project is I tend to struggle with my actual way of how I want to approach the topic, because obviously I'm thinking a different way, and I always want the best possible outcome for my project. So a lot of my time usage is being overcomplicating how I want to present it, what I want to do first. So that can be a bit of a problem sometimes. My opportunities, I've learned to be able to learn a few different dynamic range of skills, as I said. And my general knowledge about the theme, I'm making sure that it's presentable for a target audience of 8 to 13-year-olds. Scroll down, please. If there's anyone to scroll down, please. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to my presentation. This is 19076313, also known as Donnell Cameron St. Luce. You're welcome.